Imagine if dating apps worked like this. To win a partner, you had to fight to the death, survive a gladiator match, or perform an acrobatic stunt so risky it could kill you. Welcome to the animal kingdom, where love isn't dinner and a movie. It's often dinner or death. Across the wild, mating isn't just about attraction. It's about survival, dominance, and passing on your genes by any means necessary. Some animals turn romance into a brutal cage match. Others stage elaborate dances that make Dancing with the Stars look like child's play. And a few, they risk their very lives just to mate once. In this video, we're diving into the top 10 strangest animal mating rituals, from elephants who transform into raging giants when love calls, to honeybees who literally die for a single moment of passion. Each ritual is more bizarre, dangerous, and oddly poetic than the last. Stick around, because by the end, you'll see how nature redefines love, sex, and survival in ways that make human dating drama look like a walk in the park. And hey, if this already has your curiosity spiking, tap that like button before we jump in, because the wildest ritual is still waiting at the end. We start with elephants, the so-called gentle giants of Africa. On most days, male elephants are calm, wise, almost monk-like in demeanor. But when the mating season hits, something flips. Males enter a phase called must, a biological frenzy where testosterone levels surge to up to 60 times their normal levels. Think of the Hulk transformation, but with tusks and 5 tons of muscle. During must, even the most peaceful bull becomes aggressive, territorial, and ready to challenge rivals to the death. Females, meanwhile, signal their readiness with high-pitched calls that echo across the savanna. It's like nature's version of Tinder, except instead of swiping right, males show up to clash, trunks intertwined, bodies pushing, sometimes with blood spilled. And here's the kicker. Even if a bull wins her approval, the job isn't done. He has to guard his mate for days, fending off rivals that stalk like paparazzi waiting for their chance. Imagine proposing to someone, and then having to physically fight challengers every single hour just to keep the engagement alive. That's elephant love. If this sounds intense already, make sure you're subscribed, because the stories ahead get even wilder. Now let's slither into the world of the black mamba, one of the deadliest snakes on Earth. Here, mating is a gamble with death baked into the rules. When spring arrives, male mambas set out to find females, but before they can even dream of mating, they must battle rivals in violent, wrestling-like duels. These fights aren't quick, some can last for hours. Picture 2 6-foot whips thrashing, coiling, and striking at each other in a deadly dance. The irony? Despite being venomous, they rarely bite during these battles. Scientists think it's because biting would kill both snakes, and nature, practical as ever, wants winners, not mutual destruction. Once a victor emerges, the actual mating is anticlimactic, just a few seconds. No lingering romance, no family building. The male slithers away, his genetic duty done. The female? She's left alone to lay eggs, each one holding the future of this dangerous legacy. It's brutal efficiency. Risk it all for seconds of survival's ultimate transaction. From venom to vertigo, let's stretch upwards into giraffe courtship. Graceful from a distance, but up close? It's violent. Male giraffes engage in a ritual known as necking. They swing their massive necks like sledgehammers, slamming their skull-tipped heads into each other with bone-rattling force. These duels can last minutes or hours, and sometimes, the loser walks away with broken bones. The winner earns not just dominance, but exclusive access to females. And once he chooses a partner, he shadows her relentlessly, sometimes for days, until she finally consents to mate. But here's a twist that surprises even seasoned zoologists. Giraffes have been observed engaging in same-sex mounting. This isn't about reproduction. It's about bonding, dominance, and perhaps even stress relief. Nature, it seems, is less rigid than our human cultural rules. So the next time someone calls something unnatural, remind them that giraffes, the icons of elegance, have social lives wilder than most soap operas. Finally, we dive into the murky waters of crocodile courtship. These reptiles may look like prehistoric monsters, but their mating rituals reveal surprising tenderness. Males often begin by rubbing their snouts and bodies against the female, a reptilian form of foreplay. It's not unlike a slow dance, though one that can quickly turn into a violent wrestling match if the female resists. If she accepts, mating can last over an hour, hidden beneath the water's surface. But here's the mind-blowing part. Crocodiles can influence the gender of their offspring without touching DNA. The sex of hatchlings depends on nest temperature. Warmer nests produce males, cooler nests produce females. It's as if crocodiles use climate itself as a genetic dial, balancing their populations according to environmental conditions. That means global warming could literally shift the gender balance of crocodile populations. A small reminder that even the fiercest animals are at the mercy of larger ecological forces. Jackal mating, loyalty in the wild. If elephants are the muscle and mambas are the risk takers, jackals bring something else to the table, loyalty. In the animal kingdom, monogamy is rare, yet jackals often pair for life. Their courtship begins with humility. Males approach females not with aggression, but with submission, nuzzling, licking, lowering themselves almost like medieval knights bowing before royalty. At first, the female might resist, turning her head or outright snapping at him. But persistence wins. Once she accepts, something remarkable happens, the copulatory tie. During mating, the female's muscles clamp around the male's organ, locking them together for minutes or even hours. This ensures maximum sperm transfer and makes mate stealing nearly impossible. They're literally stuck together, back to back, while predators lurk nearby. It's both risky and intimate. And after the tie, the bond doesn't end. Jackal pairs reinforce their partnership with scent marking and mutual grooming, behaviors not unlike humans wearing wedding rings or sharing rituals to display commitment. So while lions may be kings, jackals might just be the romantics of the savannah. Next up, warthogs. On the surface, these tusked, scruffy pigs look like comic relief characters, straight out of The Lion King. But when it comes to reproduction, warthogs are surprisingly strategic. It starts with sound. Males grunt, chatter, and trail females for hours, even days, until she relents. Persistence here is less about charm and more about endurance. But the real genius is what happens after fertilization. Warthogs may look goofy, but they play chess with evolution. Now we move from strategy to solitude. Mountain lions, also known as cougars or pumas, are loners. They roam vast territories, avoiding contact with others, except during mating season. From December to March, males begin roaming even farther, guided by scent marks and eerie screams from females ready to mate. These vocalizations can sound disturbingly human, haunting cries echoing through forests and mountains at night. If you've ever heard them, you know why early settlers thought they were literal ghost cats. Competition among males is fierce. They leave claw marks on trees and spray urine to advertise dominance. But unlike crocodiles or giraffes, the female has the final say. She chooses the strongest suitor, often after watching males fight for her. And once mating is done, the partnership dissolves immediately. The male moves on, searching for his next opportunity, leaving the female to raise the cubs alone. This ruthless independence shows the gamble of solitary parenting. A mountain lion mother will risk her life to protect her cubs from wolves, bears, even other male lions. In human terms, imagine being a single parent, raising kids while your neighbors constantly try to break into your house. That's the reality of a cougar mom. By now, we've seen romance as loyalty, strategy, and solitude. But the next section, ants, bees, and ibex, takes things to a level that makes even science fiction look tame. In the world of ants, mating is less romance and more monarchy. The entire colony revolves around a single queen whose sole mission is reproduction. When the time is right, she releases pheromones, chemical signals so powerful they whip nearby male ants, called drones, into a frenzy. But here's the brutal truth. Drones are born with a single purpose. Their entire lives build toward one brief moment with the queen. And the odds are stacked against them. Before they even reach her, they must survive a gauntlet. Worker ants often see strange males as intruders and attack them on sight. Only the strongest and luckiest reach her. Those who succeed mate in the royal chamber and then die shortly after. That's it. Life over. Their DNA becomes part of the colony's future, while their bodies are discarded like tools that have served their purpose. It's chilling, but it works. A single queen can lay millions of eggs over her lifetime, ensuring her colony thrives long after individual drones are gone. For ants, love is literally sacrifice, and immortality belongs only to the queen. If this blew your mind, hit that like button, because the bees are even more brutal. Bees raise the stakes even higher. When a queen bee takes her nuptial flight, she leaves the hive and soars into the air, pursued by dozens, sometimes hundreds, of drones. It's a high-speed chase scene that puts Fast and Furious to shame. One by one, the bravest drones catch up to her, and if they're lucky, they mate midair. But this victory is fatal. The drone's reproductive organ literally explodes inside the queen, leaving a piece behind like a biological cork. He then falls to the ground, dead. And yet the chase continues. The queen mates with multiple drones in this single flight, filling her body with enough sperm to last her entire life. Genetic diversity in the hive is secured, but at the cost of hundreds of drone lives. It's hard not to draw parallels to human culture here. In myths and stories, heroes often die for love, sacrifice themselves for family, or face impossible trials to win a partner. Honeybee drones live out that narrative, except their sacrifice isn't poetic. It's gruesome, instinctual, and absolute. So next time you drizzle honey into your tea, remember, it's sweetened by the bloodline of drones who literally died for their queen. Finally, let's climb into the Rocky Mountains of the Middle East, where the Nubian ibex, a wild goat, turns love into all-out war. The mating season unfolds around scarce water pools, vital resources in the desert. Males stake out these oases, defending them with their lives, because females must drink, and whoever controls the water controls access to mates. Rival males charge and clash, ramming their curved horns with bone-cracking force. These battles can last up to an hour, leaving bloody bruises and broken bones. Sometimes a third challenger joins in, creating chaotic three-way melees. And yet, in the strangest twist, if a predator approaches, all fighting stops instantly. Survival trumps romance. Once danger passes, the battles resume as if nothing happened. It's raw, primal, and strangely familiar. Human history is littered with wars fought over resources, land, oil, water, often intertwined with power and reproduction. The ibex is simply a horned mirror reflecting the same truth. Where survival is scarce, love becomes a battlefield. By now, we've crossed the full spectrum, from elephants' testosterone storms to bees' death flights, from jackal's loyalty to ibex wars. Together, these rituals reveal something profound. Nature doesn't care about comfort, fairness, or even life itself. It only cares about passing on genes. And yet, in that relentless drive, it creates some of the strangest, most beautiful, and horrifying love stories on Earth. And so we end where we began, staring into the wild mirror of life. Every ritual we've seen, whether it's the ant's royal sacrifice, the bee's death flight, or the ibex's desert wars, carries the same unshakable truth. Love, in the natural world, is never just love. It's strategy. It's power. It's survival. To us, these stories look alien, even cruel. But they're also strangely familiar. Humans dress mating in poetry, music, and candlelight, but under the surface, we're running the same program. Competing, signaling, sacrificing, fighting for the chance to leave something of ourselves behind. That's the paradox of life. What feels like intimacy is also evolution's engine. What feels like romance is also biology's cold arithmetic. Yet out of that, the world creates spectacles of astonishing beauty. Hummingbirds that dance, elephants that rage, bees that die midair, all part of a drama older than memory. So next time you hear birds singing, or watch two animals spar, or even swipe right on a dating app, remember, you're taking part in the oldest story on Earth. A story where the stakes are nothing less than immortality through the next generation. If this journey through the secret love lives of animals left you seeing the world a little differently, hit like, share this with someone who thinks their dating life is wild, and subscribe for more. Because trust me, we've only just scratched the surface of nature's strangest truths.